Doug Lesmerises and Nathan Baird at the NFL Combine, as you can see by the Convention Center carpet that you see before you. The Indiana Convention Center is, it's like as big as a small town. It's bigger than the town that Nathan grew up in.
Very likely. Yeah, there's certainly more. There is many players at the Combine, more players at the Combine than were in my hometown, Indianola, Illinois, than live in my hometown, Indianola, Illinois.
But more talent in Indianola, Illinois.
My house alone.
But first, though, before we do that, we want to talk about the fact that Ryan Day is rich. What happened? He got rich.
Well, I think he was already doing okay, but he did get a contract extension. We had been hearing this for a while, and you reported some details earlier this week, or at least what we thought was going to happen. But a 3-year extension that takes the contract through the 2026 season, bumps his pay. He was getting 4.5 before, bumps his pay for 2020 to 5.375 to 6.5 the year after that to 7.6 after that, and then just kind of indeterminate raises after that based on probably whether or not they won a national championship, that sort of thing. But yeah, significant raise, and we don't know some of the other details, though, buyouts and things like that. We hope to know those by the end of the week when the contract is actually finalized by the Board of Trustees, and that will be some important details because, frankly, right now his buyout is not that prohibitive if he were to leave, if he were to go to another job, but I think that'll probably get bulked up a little bit when we finally see the contract.
What's his buyout on his old contract?
It started off at 3. I believe it's at 2 now and goes down by $500,000 every year. So it's not really, when you're talking about the money that would be thrown around in potentially an organization, a pro team or a college team hiring him away, that's not that prohibitive.
Because there are a lot of interesting parts about this, and we have the basics at the moment. Like you said, we have to get the details, and the devil's is always in the details. But he was signed to a 5-year deal when he took over from Urban Meyer, and he only has coached a year so far. So he has 4 years left, and he got another 3 on top of that. So he is now 7 years out from now. So that length that he is on a 7-year deal basically right now, that's really interesting to me. And while this initial bump, he was at 4.5, now he's not even $1 million bump this year, but those steady $1 million bump after that, more, and then another $1 million bump after that, that 2 years from now, he's going to be at 7.5. Right. That is a pretty quick acceleration. So I think initially you can look and say, I think Mel Tucker's making 5.5 right now at Michigan State. Mel Tucker, like this year, will make more than Ryan Day, but Ryan Day is going up quick. What did you think of sort of like how this is structured? Like why is it structured this way, do you think?
Well, the 7.6 that he gets to in 3 seasons is still pretty quick. I mean, it'll only be his 4th year as a head coach. I think the Mel Tucker thing did kind of force their hand, although I think this was already in motion before that happened. But that 7.6, there were only 4 coaches in college football who made more than that last year, and that's Dabo Swinney, Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher, and Jim Harbaugh. So it's going to put him, depending on what else happens with raises elsewhere in college football, it's going to put him in kind of a rare situation. And frankly, if you're Ohio State, I guess Gene Smith, his people saw enough after 1 year to say if someone's going to come take Ryan Day, they're going to have to blow him away as far as they're going to make it really hard for him to leave as far as someone beating that offer monetarily.
Gene Smith is always very interested in the marketplace. He's very aware of that. He's very aware of where his coaches are ranked, who's ahead of them in salary. Are the people ahead of them, are they losing more? Well, if my guy, Jim Harbaugh can't beat Ohio State, our guy's not making Jim Harbaugh money. Like, that matters to Gene Smith. He's very aware of that. But I think the real thing here is length and buyout stuff, because the idea is for Ryan Day, it's about getting some change in your pocket. The real story here is he going to be here? And what is Ohio State, as you said, what is Ohio State trying to do right now to have Ryan Day stay here for a long time? Because we're at the NFL Combine, and I was saying to some people, you look at the NFL head coaches that we talked to on Tuesday, and Ryan Day slides right in that row. Matt Nagy and Sean McVay and Zach Taylor and all these guys who are young quarterback gurus. Ryan Day could be there right now. And that's what I think Ohio State, right? I mean, in the end, that's what Ohio State would like to prevent.
Absolutely. And I had the same reaction as you. You're sitting there, even like Matt Patricia, you're looking at how young these guys are just across the board. I think you're right. And I think that this contract also, again, considering how few programs there are that could potentially hire, could potentially pay more than Ryan Day is getting now at the college level, I think it makes it likely, if he leaves, it would be for an NFL job.
Oh, yeah. He's no college program's ever going to steal him away. So it's like, well, why'd you give him such a gigantic raise and an extension after 1 year? It's not because of college. It's because of right here. All right. We have a combine players and stuff coming to you. Make sure you're reading cleveland.com/OSU. Try our free 14-day trial for our texts. and make sure you're watching our YouTube channel for more stuff. Nathan, Doug, from the Combine and Indy, see you soon.